Hello, welcome to Math Companion. Now we are solving this question here. It's an exponential equation. So the first step, we are going to write 32 in terms of 2's. So 32 is the same as 2 to the power 5. And then into brackets, x plus 5 divided by x minus 7, which is equals to 0.25 is just like a quarter, times 128 is 2 to power 7. 2 to power 7, then into brackets x plus 17 divided by x minus 3. Very important step. Now, a quarter can also be expressed as 1 over 4. Instead of 1 over 4, we can write it's 1 over 2 squared, which is also the same as 2 raised to power negative 2. So therefore, instead of writing a quarter, we are going to write it as 2 raised to power negative 2 multiplied by 2 to power 7 into brackets x plus 17 divided by x minus 3. Right. Now, next, over this side here, it's going to be 2 raised to power negative 2. Instead of multiplication, if we want to make the common base for both, we are going to have addition. Then we have 7 into brackets x plus 17, all right, divide by x minus 3. Now, before the equal sign, we have 2 raised to power 5 into brackets x plus 5 divided by x minus 7. Now, because the bases are the same in both cases, now we are going to cancel out these bases. Hence, we are going to be left with 5 into brackets x plus 5 divided by x minus 7, which is equals to 2, negative 2. Now, because 2 is just like 2 over 1, if we want to make the denominators for these two fractions that we are going to add, these two fractions, then we are going to multiply by x minus 3 divided by x minus 3, then plus 7 into brackets x plus 17 divided by x minus 3. Okay. Now, next step, we are going to combine this fraction here on the right hand side so that we just have a single fraction. All right. Now, getting a single fraction, for what we have after the equal sign, it's going to be minus 2. Actually, we can open the brackets of the numerator. So minus 2x plus 6. This is what I did this by trying to expand the bracket. Minus 2x times x is minus 2 times x is minus 2x, minus 2 times minus 3, it's positive 6. Then plus 7 times x is 7x, and then 7 you multiply by 17, you are going to get positive 119. Now everything is divided by x minus 3. All right, now we are going to simplify the right hand side. of the equation. On the right hand side, we know 2x plus 7x. Negative 2x plus 7x, we are going to get 5x. And 6 here plus 119, it's going to be equal to 125. So plus 125, everything divided by x minus 3 should be equal to 5 into brackets x plus 5 divided by x minus 7. Now we factorize the numerator of what we have on the right hand side. So by factorizing, we are going to have 5 outside the bracket, x plus 25. Then divide by x minus 3 is simply equal to what we have before the equal sign, 5 into brackets x plus 5, all right, over x minus 7. Now, because we have 5 common on the numerator on both sides, so the 5 and 5 cancels out. So finally, we are left with x plus 5 we are left with x plus 5 divided by x minus 7, which is equals to x plus 25 divided by x minus 3. Now, whenever I have two fractions equated to each other, I usually do what we call cross multiplication. I prefer cross multiplication. So the numerator here, the denominator you multiply by the numerator after the equal sign, and then this numerator here you're going to multiply it by the denominator you multiply with the numerator over there. So we are going to get x plus 5 you multiply by x minus 3 is equal to x minus 7 you multiply by x plus 25. Now I will begin by expanding the brackets of what we have before the equal sign. So beginning with this here, let's see what we are going to get. So x multiplied by x here, I'm going to get x squared. And then x multiplied by negative 3, I'm going to get negative 3x. 5 multiplied by x over here, it's going to be plus 5x. And 5 times negative 3, it's going to be minus 15. Therefore, this expansion is going to be equal to x squared plus 2x minus 15. All right. So this is what we're going to equate with what we'll get by expanding this second part over here. All right, let's expand the second part. Now, we have x minus 7 and x plus 25. Now, x you multiply by x, you're going to get x squared. X multiplied by 25, you're going to get plus 25x. 7 multiplied by negative 7 multiplied by x, you're going to get minus 7x. Then 7 you multiply by 25, you will get negative 175. Negative 175. Simplifying this, we are going to get x squared plus 18x, okay, minus 175. Okay, so we have, this is what we had on the left hand side, and this is what we had on the right hand side. Okay, we are going to equate both. Now, by equating, we are actually getting x squared plus 2x minus 15 is equals to x squared plus 18x minus 175. Now, the like terms together, obviously, we have x squared here and that x squared over there, they cancel out. And then reorganizing these, we are actually going to have 18x minus 2x, you get 16x. 16x. While when you have 175 and 17, so 175 plus negative 15, we are going to get it's equals to 160. So you divide by 16 on both sides and 16. So in this case, our x is going to be equal to 10. Now, before we accept this solution, we have to interrogate it. Remember, the initial solution equation, the equation at the beginning was 32. Okay, let me write it again. It was 32 x plus 5 divided by x minus 7. It's equals to 0.25 multiplied by 128 x plus 17 divided by x minus 3. So because the exponents or the powers over here, it's rational, therefore to confirm our solution, for our solution to make sense, the denominator, in this case, x minus 7 should never be equal to 0, which means x should never be equal to 7. And even in this scenario here, x minus 3 should never be equal to 0 for this to make sense, and therefore x should never be equal to 3. Therefore, if by any chance we got our answers for x to be 7 or 3, then the solution would not make any sense as far as the functions are concerned. But our answer in this case, we got x to be equal to 10, and therefore that is our final solution. All right, thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Keep following Math Companion, your true companion in mathematics. Enjoy the rest of the day.